I've got most of my stuff packed in the bags now. Obviously a few things I can't pack right now, like the essentials, but for the most part it's all packed up. Last couple of nights before I fly out, we're 3 months of traveling by myself, and then Harms is gonna come and meet me. So I filmed a very long-winded explanation of how I got to Bali, so I'm condensing it now. I arrived in Sydney at 8 PM because it was the only way I could get to Sydney for my 7 AM flight. I was going to kill time in Sydney before my flight. More specifically, I was going to arrive at 8 PM and kill time in central Sydney, then make my way to Sydenham, kill time there till 12 when the pub would shut, and then I'd make my way to the airport in an Uber and chill out there till the flight. I'm doing this because I'm trying to save money, and the train going directly to the airport has a surcharge and it's $35. It's ridiculous. So in theory, this works out fine, except Sydney International Airport is shut during the hours of 11 PM and 3 AM, which I found out at 12:30 on my way to the airport. So the Uber driver dropped me off at a 24-hour McDonald's, but of course it couldn't be this simple for me. It's a drive-through 24 hours, inside was shut. Luckily, the outside had a seating area, so I sat there for a while, freezing, till this junkie came up and sat near me. About an hour of this went by, and I thought there has to be a better option. So I checked online and saw there were night buses that can take me into central Sydney, where I can go to a pub or at least ride the buses for warmth. So I walked to the bus stop, catch the bus back into central Sydney, get a coffee and some food at a Hungry Jack's, chill out there till the airport opened, then made my way back to the airport, checked in and found a socket to charge my phone. At this point, it was around 5 AM. Finally getting on the plane. That was a long 16 hours. Oh, we made it. Off the plane, straight onto like the tarmac. Oh, the heat. I'm wearing a full tracksuit. My initial plan was to not sleep on the plane at all, to make sure my body clock is all set up. I fell asleep straight away. And now I was going to go through security, get the bag, and I'll head to the hotel. Paw prints. Blatters. I know what that is. To see the mold. Okay, thank you, that's perfect, yeah. So, this is the dish I was just making there. It's like a meatball, it's meatballs. The lady described it as meatballs. I don't quite know what the soup is. But it's nice, it's like a nice kick to it. It's quite spicy, but it's not too spicy. Really flavorful. That was one of the worst introductions into travel that I've ever had. Getting here and then coming to this place, and it was just like the whack. The final straw on the donkey's back that just kind of sent me over the edge. Had a nice little walk around the beach, walked around for a while. Even then, it wasn't great because I couldn't get any money out because no ATMs at all were working. I'm hopefully gonna feel a bit better in the morning. I think my first week in Bali isn't gonna be about the big adventuring. I think it's just gonna be about relaxing on a beach, reading, but doing a bit of writing, just having a positive mindset while I look for, you know, some cheap food, cheap, tasty, good food. You know, it's bad when you're already having to say, let's look at the positives, you know? So I've just stopped, got a bit of corn, with some garlic butter on it. It was 20,000 rupees. I think it's rupees. And that is $2. So $2 for a bit of corn, not too bad. First thing I've eaten today, actually. So I'm not too upset with that. A nice little view on the beach, stop walking for a bit, and then I'm gonna keep going. So far, second day, much better than the first day. So found a new hotel. That one is much better. Wi-Fi is in the room. Doesn't have an aircon or a fridge, but it's got a ceiling fan. And I haven't used the fridge at all. The other one. When I say fridge, I mean I haven't used the block of ice, plastic around it. Tomorrow I think will be a good day. I'll just head to the beach. Problem is, when you're on the beach, you have to pay. You've got to buy something to sit in the comfy seats, obviously, because it's a business. They want you to buy something, which is fair enough. If I just go to a convenience shop and I buy water and some cheap stuff, and then I can just sit on a towel on the beach, which I've got no problem doing at all. So I'll do that. I miss out on the comfy chair, but I get the beach. That in this heat? Are you kidding? No way. For context, it's 28 degrees out right now and it's Bali, so it's humid. But yeah, crazy. currently I don't have a kettle or microwave or anything at all in the room. And I bought some of these like instant noodles. Now this is the second one because the first one I had to figure out how to cook. Now, my methods are very prison-esque, but you know, it works. So what I've done is I've cut the top off a bottle and I'm slowly feeding the ramen into the bottle in smaller pieces. Then what I've done is I've grabbed one of the big bottles of water and I've put it in some hot water, but I can't drink the hot water here, so the bottle just has to be submerged in the hot water so that it will heat up. Once I've got warm water, I then put the warm water into the thing and let it go mushy. Now obviously it's not boiling, so it's not going to be nice, but I'll leave it there for long enough and it's no longer crunchy. And then I have cooked noodles. This is how you travel Bali on a budget. This is how you You kind of have to drink the soup first. At the moment, it's sort of this big block of noodles. So you've got to like drink the soup so the noodles will fall down and then you can eat them. It's not as bad as it looks, I promise, it's not that bad. I did it so wrong because all the temples here you have to have your knees covered. It's like a respect thing. So I popped in, she tries to tell me 150 and I'm like, no. So we go back and forth for a bit and I get it down to 90. Do you do card? And she goes, yes, but card is 10, 10 on top. And I say 10 is on top is crazy. I'll do 93. And she goes 95. And I go, all right, fair enough. It's so funny. I'm just walking down the main, or one of the main streets, I guess, because there's all the clubs and stuff, and it's like all the Western stuff. And everyone wants to sell you drugs. Everyone. I walk past and they're going, layers, it's so funny. So usually when I shave my beard, I kind of give it a trim. I'm not going to clean shave, but I'm going to take it down to a couple mils. So I've still got a bit of something on me because it's just very hot and it's very caveman and rough right now, and I want to give it a bit of a clean shave. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like the stubble. Plus it's patchy. I didn't realize how patchy it was underneath the beard. Oh, I don't like it. It's done now. What are you gonna do? So, I had a long day on the beach, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little bit burnt. So I want to tan, but when I tan, it usually goes red. So I was like, screw this, I'm gonna sit in the sun even more, and it's gonna work, and it didn't. What a surprise. So I'm gonna go up and get some food, I'm gonna get some lotion, aloe vera or something, and then when I get back, I'm gonna try and make my bag a bit lighter. I kind of like overshot it with how much stuff to bring because I'm here for 6 months. So I figured, you know, 3-4 pairs of shorts, 7 pairs of socks, whatever. I don't need, I've been here for a week and I've used like 2 shirts. At the moment, I've got 2 backpacks. One of them can turn into a suitcase for when I'm in you know, airports and whatever. The problem is they don't fit into each other. So if I'm traveling on the road, I can't then just put it all into one bag, which drives me insane because I have 2 backpacks and they're both quite heavy. So when I get back from getting my food and going to the shops, I'm gonna try and, you know, shed a bit of the stuff in my bag. Camera there, backpack on. Looking back, I probably would have, with the knowledge I have now, I would have gone out and bought a more compact, smaller bag that had a spot for my laptop. So to make it all work, you've got to have all the other stuff out of the bag. Hoodie takes up loads of space, camera takes up loads of space, water takes up space. So they've just got to be on my person and the rest of the stuff goes in the bag, but you know, live and learn. I'm at this like halfway point for the bus stops. Just behind me there's this beautiful, like a sanctuary or something. It's just like a garden, pots everywhere, plants, it's beautiful. It's really stunning. So I've dropped all my stuff off at the backpackers. I had a chat with Hans. I'm out for a bit of a stroll and I'm just seeing like monkeys walk down the road. They're fighting with each other. It's so funny just them being this close to society. I've gone and seen a traditional dance. That was interesting. So I'm really noticing the difference backpacking when staying in backpackers, because staying in the hotels was about $20 a night on average for a cheap hotel. In the backpacker, it's like $8 a night. when I'm doing $50 a day, it's a big difference in how much stuff I can do in the day. Not like, oh, I'm gonna go over my budget for today, and I'm trying to keep costs down so that if I'm going to a volcano and it's gonna cost me heaps of money, the way I can afford it is by, being tight with money on other days. I'm not having to worry about that while I'm here. For today though, I'm doing as much free things as possible. I paid last night for the traditional dancing, and it was the same song on repeat for an hour and a half with the dancers doing, it was traditional, so I'm not gonna bag on it, but it was the same dance. So I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna pay for anything else today. I'm just gonna keep walking around. So there's this long walk through like the rice fields that I'm just enjoying today. Thursday, I might try and sort out a way for me to go to the volcano. So I'm at the monkey sanctuary right now, but now I've got the decision of whether I'm gonna trek or go on a jeep up the volcano. It's cheaper to trek, but I've got to hike for 4 hours total, 2 hours up, 2 hours down. So I called my mum, who's like a veteran traveler. She's been to 64, 65 countries. She said she had a good time trekking up a volcano or a mountain when she was in Egypt. So she recommended doing that. I think I'm gonna trek, it's a bit cheaper, and also I get to see the very top of the mountain, whereas the jeep only takes me half away. So I think I'm gonna trek. Okay, this little piece of paper confirms it. I am going up the volcano tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. I'm not liking how steep that looks up there. It's the first glimpse. It's beautiful. So I'm back now. That was such an awesome experience, On the way up, it was exhausting. I was dripping with sweat. On the way down, I couldn't really appreciate it as much because my stomach was in bits. Tomorrow, I head back down to Denpasar for a couple of days, and I'm real near the docks, so I could actually go to Lombok or to another island. I will kind of figure all of that out. But for now, I'm just gonna get some rest. I've been able to stay under budget pretty much every day. And there were a few days that I've gone maybe $5, never $10 over, always within $5 kind of thing. I've been able to keep things down because the things that I'm doing in general are cheap or free. So most of the time I'm walking around because I enjoy walking and taking photos and looking at stuff. Most of my budgeting comes down to accommodation, which I'm always trying to find a cheap deal for something. Transport, which can be the big one, but if I can catch buses and stuff, that's where I can be really cheap. And obviously the last thing is food. I can keep things cheap by fasting, but also by the fact that I'm trying to look for places that will sell cheap food. Yeah, so those are the main kind of costs. So, and then obviously your activities are going to be big, but I'm not doing big activities every single day. I'm trying to find things that I can do that are free, that I can kind of go, all right, I'm gonna do this, this, and this that are free, and then on this day I'm gonna do this big thing that I can kind of spread out across a couple of days, and that way it makes it less. Sometimes I beat myself up for not doing things every single day, but then I need to look back and gonna go, now I'm backpacking, I am trying to keep this budget down. If I'm doing things every single day that are gonna cost me lots, I'm not gonna be able to backpack every single day for 6 months. So I'm really kind of happy with how the last kind of couple weeks have gone, last 2 weeks have gone in terms of what I've done, what I've seen, my budgeting, meeting people. This trip so far has just been awesome from start to finish. The last 2 weeks have been really great for learning and just what I've done in general. So I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. And yeah, I'll show you some of the budgeting stuff like day by day. I've really managed to keep it under
kind of the budget that I've set for myself been really strict, and I'm happy with how strict I've been with myself, you know?
So you can see every day there's an eSIM charge. That's because the cost of the eSIM for the whole 6 months I've spread across every single day of the trip. And then every day you've also got the accommodation cost and your food cost. So I try and keep track of everything here to be able to balance everything, and I know kind of what I've got to come up and what I've got to spend in the day.